Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee. I'm Hope, and yes, you saw that I have my coffee, and we are walking into an episode about millennials because I am one of them, and I always find them so funny whenever I read different articles about what people are talking about millennials. Um, I don't mind a joke at my generation's expense. I know that I will probably never own a home. I know that just as soon as I get close enough to reach it, it literally runs as far away as possible. It's just the thing it is. My student loans are dangled over me like, a lure, like for like I don't want to jump. I don't like. I don't know. I don't know what the student loans are like. They're dangled over my head like a guillotine. I think maybe that's a better terminology for it. But anyway, I know we millennials have gotten the short end of the stick for a very long time, and we kind of keep getting the short end of the stick for a long time. But this particular article was about millennials demanding full accountability for things, and that millennials have actually gotten rid of these things forever. And hopefully, these are for a good thing. So I'm looking at it now, and the number one selection is of the things that we got rid of are the I hate my husband and wife genre of jokes. And it even kind of goes into number two of the hating your spouse because it seems like people are waiting longer to get married and they want to be sure their partner's right for them. So it's not just enough to love your partner, they also want to like spending time with their partner too. They actually want to enjoy doing things with their partner and going out and being social and making friend groups with their partner, merging friend groups if that seems like a comfortable thing to do. But it does seem like in past generations before millennials, that wasn't a big thing. That there were that genre of jokes that was more like the I hate my husband wife in quotes, or just in general kind of not getting along with your spouse or anything like that. But it does seem like millennials are no longer really doing that. We actually value our partners in different ways because we are waiting longer to be sure that person is right for us. Number three, I guess, is getting beaten by your elders. Oh, so we are no longer bringing corporal punishment with us into the future. Millennials have kind of stopped it, and we are not bringing it with us. The older generation may have used physical, spankings and stuff as a form of punishment. It seems that more millennials are not. And so that's just a thing. We are also, as millennials, passing more laws that force employers to disclose job wages in order to normalize people speaking about their wages and letting people know that they are federally protected in doing so. There are federal protections for people to be able to speak about what their salary is to their coworkers. And you are protected by the I guess it's the federal, I don't really know, it doesn't disclose it here in this particular thing, but there are federal protections that if you are fired or I guess punished in some way by your job for talking about salary, you have something to fall back on if for some reason that is taken against you. The next is being an absent father. Millennial dads have made dadding cool. And I think that's really cute. They spend way less on diamonds. We are not as, I guess, focused on that status. We millennials don't iron clothes nearly as much as previous generations. And also having kids because, quote unquote, that's what everyone else was doing. We are actually almost financially unable to do it at this particular point in our lives, but hey, it is what it is, isn't it? We are squashing the stigma on health We are squashing the toxic family dynamic because we demand full accountability for generational bullshit, and I 100% support that. I feel like I've had a lot more conversations with people here in the past that are just talking about things that have like bothered me in the past, and I think it's really important to have those conversations. Another one that millennials just really don't kind of cater to anymore is the loyalty to a workplace, or that work is the most important thing, because we actually value home. We do not live to work, we work so we can live. And so we are glad that employers are finally stopping the abuse, and that the employee relationship is no longer as abusive as it was, because millennials just don't stand it, and we are not carrying that forward into the future. The downfall of crappy chain restaurants, but don't talk to one of my friends about Chili's because he may try to fight you. He apparently thinks that is the best date place possible. The way millennials treat the LGBTQIA plus community is much better than the previous generation, and I truly hope that's true. I hope with all my heart that we are seeing a turn in acceptance, and just generally just less stigma on that people are able to live as they want to, as they choose to, as they feel they are comfortable, and that they are not degraded in any way in the future. I know older generations don't seem to have as much of an open mind, but personally, you do you, boo. I am completely accepting of who you are. The next one is men holding in their emotions for the sake of quote unquote being a man. Absolutely do not like that. I think that is asinine. And I think I did an entire episode that you're welcome to go find about mental health of men. Because I think that sense of manliness, that toxic masculinity, so to speak, has really lost a lot of traction, because I'm hoping that it is becoming more acceptable for men to actually be able to feel their feelings, to be able to talk about their feelings, and for their loved ones, sisters, girlfriends, mothers, all of them, even brothers and the other men in their lives, are able to sit and listen and be open ears for these individuals. Also, the stigma against childlessness or child-free people is a lot lower, because so many people moving forward, kind of from millennials forward, are not having kids. The stigma of not having kids is also not moving forward. And I really like that, because I am a child-free individual. I knew at a very young age that I was going to be a child-free individual. And that was just a personal preference with absolutely no negativity towards anyone else. I loved kids. I just did not want any of my own. Preference. But that's just me. And I am glad that I have never had anybody actually come up to me and be like, so when are you having kids? Why aren't you having kids? Because I think my entire family would have probably known that I would have laughed in their face. Probably just would have. I think they all knew pretty early on that I was not that person. I am loving and caring and friendly in all the ways that I try to be, but that is just not my forte. I would probably have been a great school teacher, but I'm going to be able to send all those kids home to their parents. And then the last couple ones are hipsters and millennials are responsible for healthier food options, which I love, because now we have more available options for things that don't have as many filler ingredients, which I am so thankful for. Smoking is almost non-existent as compared to when we were younger, and that is fantastic. We no longer feed our pets crappy food. We actually try to treat our pets a little bit more like family, which I love. And my pets, my dogs, get high quality food because I want them to live their best life. I want them to feel good, and I don't want to feed them garbage. I am happy as a millennial to say that we are proud to go to therapy. I am. I love my therapist. And finally, we're getting rid of Hooters. And that was just the final number 20. It seems as though Hooters is something of the past. It seems as though it is no longer as relevant, funny, kitschy, or like a place to go as it used to be. And honestly, I'm not mad about it. Does seem a little sexist. It seems degrading to the females or to the individuals who I'm sure the tips are great. I really, really feel like the tips are probably great, but I also kind of worry about the individuals who have to work there and then who they have to put up with in order to make good tips. So I don't know, but I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Please let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, all that sort of fun stuff. And I will see you all on the next page. Have a great one. Bye.